You see you, Babbzy? You could block me any day. Hey, block me right there. Block me right here. Block me right here. Babbzy block me every day. Yo, Babbzy block.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Babbzy, not sticking around here too long today. Happy Sunday. You know I love Wanna. But my video blog today is going to be about helping the epidemic that is facing the Caribbean and West Indian women in the Caribbean, outside of the Caribbean. It's called singlehood. Singlehood. Bachelorette life. Basically, there's this epidemic going on where most women nowadays seem to be single and they're not happy about it. Now, if you're happy and single, shift from roundy rascal people right now. If you're on a Mac PC, close the fucking screen and go along. I don't want to hear you. Oh, embrace singlehood. Fuck off. Now, what I wanted to talk about really is, as Dear Babbzy, I get all these stories every day. And if you don't know who Dear Babbzy is, let me tell you fast. Dear Babbzy is I and I, Rastafari. And we run every Tuesday and Thursday. But the thing is, I post the juicier story. So yeah, the man that horn his wife and kill his stepmother, I'm going to post that story. Come on now, like realistically, that's what I'm going to post. But I do get a lot of letters from single women, women who want advice on how to find a man, how to get back in the game, how after divorce they want to get back out there. So I said I'm going to help thy woman. Yeah, something like that. But I'm going to help you guys because I see where you're going wrong. And all the letters I get, they all have this similar thread in them, feeling in them. And I'm like, no, you're wrong from the start. So if you want to know what you're doing wrong, stay tuned and I'm going to go over that for you right now. So you're single and you're saying, Babbzy, help me now. Help me stop having sex with the plastic piggy, as Raleigh would call it, and get a real man. And I'm saying to myself, okay, well, how long you've been single, why you single, you know, and start to pick around and find out the factors. And these common factors are all across the board. And for some reason, I don't know why these West Indian women are focusing on this type of trivial shit. This is where you're going wrong. So I'm going to tell you. One of the main issues I find with Caribbean, West Indian women in the Caribbean, outside of the Caribbean, is they'll be like, oh, I want a light-skinned man. And I'm like, okay, what does the complexion of the man have to do with anything? Oh, well, I just like light-skinned guys. I'm attracted to light-skinned guys. Fine, you're attracted to light-skinned guys, but you're single and begging. And all of a sudden now you have this big rigid definition of, oh, well, it has to be a light-skinned guy. Why? What does the complexion have to do with how he's going to treat you? How he's going to treat your family? How you're going to interact with your friends? How is that important? Like, seriously, Caribbean people need to let go of this complexion thing. I am so over it. And as a woman who's single looking for a man, the last thing that should be on your mind is the complexion of a man. Now, we all have preferences. Do I have a preference? Of course I have a preference. But that doesn't mean I would discriminate against a man because he doesn't fall into what my preference is. I would still entertain him. I would still interact with him and find out, is he a good human being? Do you know what I'm saying? So if I like light-skinned guys and a dark-skinned guy that's fine comes around, I'm going to be like, oh, well, he's outside of what I'm looking for. Stay single and dry hump your bed. Next one. You always be like, oh, I want a man that live on his own and he doesn't live with his mother and this and that. Living with your mom is not necessarily a bad thing, you know. Some men that live at home with their mom that means that they respect women. Because if you could live with your mother and she's an older West Indian woman and her foot's broken and she's playing Candy Crush down in the people place hollering out all day and you're still sane, it probably means you have respect for women. In general, there's a lack of respect by men for women going around. A man that still lives at home with his mom and respects her will probably respect you. So don't think that living at home means they're a mama man. Because I live with my mom, and as I told you, I could go and buy a condo and she go and live on her own. Why? When I could live with her and come home and get cuckoo and flying fish and fish cakes every day. It doesn't mean I'm whatless. It means my ass is hungry. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? Stop discriminating against people for frivolous things. Next thing, you're looking for a man with this stable job and he has this credit and he has this car. Those things change over time. A man who has a car, stable credit does change and evolve. He could go bankrupt tomorrow. What you gonna do then? You know what I mean? All of you are always looking at what people have, what they have. What they have changes. Tomorrow he could have something different. You need to stop looking at what a person has. Now, what they need to have is ambition. So if a person is working at McDonald's today, at least he has a job. Not for you want to go and dance around with these little dancer boys that are on welfare and you think they're cute. They can't do nothing, but you like them. But you don't like and respect the man that has the strength to go in Walmart and put on a uniform and say, you know what, till times get better, I'm going to have to grind and do this. They could sell drugs. They could sell their ass like enough of these boys doing, selling it for Jordans. No, they decide to go the legal way and you're looking down on them for that. That is bullshit. And I don't encourage that at all. Don't be looking at what a man has where he works. Those things can change. Does he have ambition? Does he have a goal he wants to get to? Does he have a destination he's trying to reach? That is more important than where they are today. And I'm going to give you a secret. There are a few men out there that are probably going to be very cheesed at this comment. Stop talking to me because I was in university and I was a struggling university student and I didn't have a lot. I's Babbzy now though, motherfucker. Next thing, I'm going to tell you, horoscope. Now, what does a Virgo, Scorpion, Leo, you like, come on. I can't swing with it, so he has to be a Virgo. And why? What does the horoscope have anything to do with anything? Now let me give you some math, because you know me, I always drop math logic on y'all. Now let's say that there is 6 billion people on the planet, somewhere between 6 and 7. We're gonna round it down to 6 for mathematical purposes so I don't go over your head. Now let's say there's 12 horoscope signs. That would mean that, let's be on average, say there's 500 million people on the planet with the same horoscope sign. You mean to tell me there's only 12 personalities running around this earth? Realistically, a man being Virgo and a man being a Leo means nothing. Stop being like, oh, well, Gemini pairs with the... Stop that shit. Seriously, man. Stop acting like you ain't got no brain about here. I really can't deal with that. Don't write that kind of cunt into me. Next thing, you be saying stuff like, oh, well, you know, he's in a lot of debt. And a man will have debt if has his master's in economics. That doesn't mean he's going to be in debt in 5 years. A lot of us are in a situation where we went to university, skyrocketing tuitions. We may be at home a little bit longer than we would like. But you know what? That doesn't mean we're bad people. That doesn't mean you're a bad person. It just means that this is the circumstance you're facing today and you're trying to overcome it. Now, I want to talk about this big dick syndrome. Because everybody's like, oh, I want a man with a big dick and this and that. Okay, can you, fool? Because you with the 13-inch man, the 13-inch dick, can you just going to lay there? Because you think that's what he wants from you? These little freaky little pornographic kind of guys going to want you to spin on the ceiling fan while taking a back shot. So you can't be trying to do a back shot with your back straight with no arch in it. If you don't dip it down, they ain't going to want to talk to you. You ready for all of that there? Seriously, think about it. You may not even be able to hang with one of them big dick dudes. So stop looking at shit that's not important. What is important? Does he have ambition? Does he have respect for women? Is he going to treat your children with respect? Is he going to rape and molest them? What are his values and beliefs in life? Is he enthralled in religion to the point that he's an asshole? These are things that are important. Not that he has some car and he's bullying for it. Because you don't know. Realistically, a lot of these flashy guys that you see out here, they doing a lot of bullshit to keep up with that. And the last thing I'm going to talk about is stop looking at Hollywood men. You look and see some dance hall video and like, oh, I want to have, oh. Those guys probably will not talk to you. More than likely. Why? Because you're in a position of begging. They don't really talk to women that beg. These dancehall guys are looking for women who have money and big house and a whole bunch of things so that when their times are low and they don't have the income coming in, they ain't looking for the woman that wants some $500 for Remy from them. So get real about things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just believe that a lot of you are just really looking for something that's not there. And I don't know why. You want a man to protect you. Wait, want to live in Iraq? Want to live in Afghanistan? What you want protection for? You got a landmine to dodge and Taliban people to run from? You need to protect yourself. If you are afraid about going on the street and needing protection, get a gun license. Go and learn self-defense. But sitting here talking about you want a man to protect you and all these things, you are looking for shit. Get real about your life, ladies. It's about you. You have to be here to get a man that's there. Barack Obama is not going to talk to LaChandra, because at the end of the day, LaChandra can't go and do no speech for him at the White House. So you can't aim for a man up there and your bitch ass is down there. Why don't you lift yourself up And I'll tell you right now, the higher you are, the more chance you will have of finding a man on that steady level with you. Don't take it for nonsense, because I'm going to tell you right now, I's Babbzy and I's drop it. Anyhow, love you guys. Book coming out this week. Kindle. Listen, don't eat... Fan page is where it's going to drop first, then it's going to start promoting to the rest of the world. It's going to be about my skin. You see how it's shining and looking a certain way on the people video? You see how my shirt don't have no brown stain on it? Yeah, get some good skin underneath your belt, and then maybe you won't be single as well. I had to throw that one in. Anyhow, love you guys. See you next week. I'm going to be doing some West Indian atrocity videos, etc. So Babbzy is back in the crank. I want to get a bestseller out under my belt, so buy my book this week. You understand what I'm saying? Love you guys. Mwah! Bye.
Hey baby, love is coming at you, so you better be prepared. Hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, you found love is like a brand new toy. Fills you up, you wanna burst with joy. When you're in love, it's a wonderful thing. Your mind at rest, you wanna try your best. Prepare a place in your